In this video, I'm talking with Laura Stone of purposestone.com about her keynote speeches, what they're about, and some of the past experiences she's had. Laura, lovely to speak with you.
Thank you.
So keynote speeches, I understand it wasn't always joy and laughter.
No, not at all.
Tell me about your kind of potted history real quick and where
Yeah.
you've come to today.
So I used to hate doing them, not because I was afraid of being in front of a group, but I always felt like I had to sell.
Yeah.
And when I finally realized what an awful feeling that was for myself, as well as the people in the audience, something shifted. And I can't tell you there was a lightning bolt, but I think it happened when I finally realized the purpose of a keynote is to add value. Period. It's like if someone is not learning, gaining, growing, getting insight, being questioned, then I'm not doing my job. And all of a sudden it took away all the pressure, and it was more like having a dialogue, but there might be 900 of you in the room.
It's an intimate dialogue then.
An intimate dialogue, right.
So I'd like to hear more in a moment about some of the amazing stories
Yes.
of places you've gone and so forth. But just give me a sense of what these keynotes are about. Are there 3 or 4 sort of core topics?
Yes. So a core one is about the first book, A Pocket Guide to Purpose. And it's an overview, and very quickly we go through kind of a mini workshop in 40, 50 minutes where it's very interactive, no slide whipping, just a few key slides that really help to tell the story, but then puts people right away into starting to think about their own purpose, why are they here, their unique gifts.
So they might be actually doing things within the keynote.
Yes.
One thing that you've spoken to me about is people breaking out texting. What's that about?
Yes. So this is a really amazing gift that people have come up to me afterwards and said, this has been transformative. We ask you to text in the keynote. Now that's opposite to what you would
You would think that's like
Right.
the rudest behavior.
Right. We want you to text 10 people who are on your personal board of directors. It can include your mother, but we really want to expand it because we want people who will tell you the truth, who will expand on not just thinking you're wonderful because you are, but to also help you understand why. So we ask 2 questions. What's the value I've brought to you? And what makes me unique? And we ask everyone to ask those 2 questions, send it out, and if they want to give more information about it, like give me 3 keywords to answer those.
These
are
are
1 minute.
These are very powerful questions.
It is.
I
To the point
imagine
where it
you're
moved
moving.
me.
Yeah.
It did. It moved just recently, last week, as a matter of fact. The woman who introduced me was partaking in it, reached out, sent it to people. She came back up in tears of joy, about just how, and I really mean this.
The keynote guaranteed to make everyone cry.
Right, well, that's not the intention, but it's moving in terms of people really seeing themselves and seeing what others see in them that we may not value in ourselves. And that's key.
There's a business context to this work as well.
Yes.
So there's one, this is a Pocket Guide to Purpose, which is sort of for a broader audience. Talk to me about the other keynotes and some that have more of a business focus.
Yes, so the second major keynote is one for leaders who are trying to help others figure out their purpose. And it puts them in the seat, both thinking about it for themselves, but just how to role play doing it with others and be able to get more comfortable and confident very quickly with what could they be saying, doing, and how do they follow up, so that by the time they're done with that keynote speech, they'll have 2 or 3 quick things that they can do, pick out a couple of people they want to do it with, and they're rolling.
Because these things actually do make a bottom line difference to companies.
Yes.
The research shows this.
Yes, the research shows that when people are hiring and they have higher engagement and they feel like they're being seen and heard and understood, they're willing to contribute, spend more hours at work. Gallup has a very interesting body of research that 70% of people are not engaged at work.
I've heard this.
Yes.
So this begins to turn that around.
Hugely.
Other keynotes real quick.
Other keynotes on change and transition and looking at our inner critic. And this is from some other work and research that I've been able to be part of. William Bridges' work that is really quite profound in helping us think about the emotional context and the difference between change and transition. And then second is a body of work and research based from Harvard School of Social Relations and understanding the role of thoughts and our thoughts and what we think about when we're being kind to ourselves and we're not being kind to ourselves, and how critical we can be and the impact on ourselves and others around us.
Now, you've been doing these keynotes for quite some time.
Yes.
You probably have some killer stories around some interesting scenarios, and you do these for some quite large global organizations. Can you just give me a couple of quick examples of some of those highlights?
Yeah, so not so long ago, 900 women in Dallas. This was for an organization that wanted to basically help out the lowest levels, who are people who are working on an hourly basis, all the way up to the executives. And it was very profound. And the way I love to start out is, as I'm coming in an hour or two early, I talk with participants as they come in. Someone said to me, it's like a reception line at a wedding, where I'll actually ask them, why are you here? What is it you want from this conversation, or from coming to this particular keynote? Yes, sometimes it's they were sent there, but more often than not, they're intrigued and they want to have something answered, and they get frustrated about something continuously, and they're hoping it'll be answered here. And what I do is weave in the comments so that it really brings a 900 group down to a conversation between you and me, where I can then talk to that particular instance and then ask the group, anyone else here have that? And usually there's handfuls of people who can relate with the topic.
So it really is an intimate conversation.
It is. It's very important it's that.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your insight. For those of you who'd like to find out more, please visit us online at purposestone.com. Also, feel free to like this video, share this video if you have any questions in the comments section below, and of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel.